Hello out there in the YouTuberverse. You got Sick Max here. We got Guilds of Ravnica draft. We're going to try to hit this format hard, and I don't have a lot of patience because I'm sick. So we're going to try to actually win, lest I get real ticked off about it. So let's see what we can do. Opened up on Legion Warboss, who is a pretty absurd bomb. House Guild Mage is solid. Invert and Vent, it's all good stuff. There's commons in this pack, certainly, but we're taking Legion Warboss. Pretty easy. Follow that up with Runaway Steamkin. Pretty simple pick again for us. I like Healer's Hawk because, you know, the Boros can definitely do some work. It's not the best guild, not the worst guild, but we're going to continue taking mono red cards all day long. We can't be stopped. Mono red all day. We cannot be stopped. We will not be stopped. So we actually do kind of have to look a little bit now after taking an absurd set of red drops. We're either going to be Boros or we're going to be Izzet at this point. I'm all for taking the best card out of the packs and trying to see where we land, but we've done that, and the best cards are red. So I think we can definitely take a Maniacal Rage and it wouldn't hurt. I'm going to try to pivot and take this Electromancer and see what we can do. If we end up in Boros, I'm fine with that. Otherwise, yeah, I have no problem there. I think the best card and what we can play is probably Take Heart. Muse Drake, not really great. Take Heart, pretty solid, though. Decent little trick. Nothing too much here. I'm going to take the Cosmotronic over the Hammer Dropper. Not really in love with Hammer Dropper. We'll grab we could take Guildgate if we're going to try to maybe splash. That hedges our bets the best, because we are just drafting, which means only one game, no sideboards here. 10th District Guard over invent, which I like. I'm not in love with. I'm just not sure where we're going to land yet, and I just want to leave myself the most wiggle room to make that decision when an absurd bomb comes up. That is all I'm trying to do here. Electrostatic Field very late. Just taking an uncommon for sideboard. And again, I apologize for any nose noises or coughing or anything that goes on here because, like I said, I am quite ill. Not too bad. I'm on the upswing, or else I wouldn't be recording. But I still got I'm all in the mode where everything's flowing out of me. So I apologize if anything is gross. I love Chamber Sentry. This card's an absurd bomb. We're definitely not anywhere close to going 5-color, but this card is still really good. Crater Maker's also very, very good. I think they're both pretty split. If we were more open for going multiple colors, I would take this. Right now it looks like we're pretty dedicated to Boros, would be my guess. I think I'm going to just take Crater Maker, though. Command the Storm in this pack. Deadweight, this is an awesome pack. Hawk, it's an awesome pack. Let me know what you think about that pick in the comments. I'm sure that one will be a little bit... There's another Wojak, Sure Strike, and Integrity Intervention, which will be our pick for sure. There's a Direct Current, a Legion Guild Mage. I think it's just probably Legion Guild Mage. Direct Current I like a lot, though. Definitely feel a little bad having to pass that one. Barging Sergeant, Ornery Goblin, Swath Cutter, Giant. There's a Piston Fist if we still feel like there's a way we go into not Boros. I don't think so. I think at this point we're pretty dedicated into Boros. There's a Direct Current in this pack, making our life pretty easy. We already have that Cosmotronic Wave. I'll take a Demotion. I'd like to pick up some Healer's Hawks. We've had to unfortunately pass a fair few of them, so that feels a little bad. Street Riot versus Sworn Companions. We'll take Sworn Companions. They're okay. Torch Runner is fine enough. Locksmith, fine enough. We'll take the 2. Is it Guildgate? Not really for us. Maximum Altitude. Just in case we open something crazy and I pivot. Sure Strike is good in either deck. Urchin versus Barging Sergeant. We'll just take the Urchin. Barging Sergeant we'll take, but board it. Nothing really here for us, unfortunately. Excuse me. And a Cosmotronic Wave. Last pick, Street Riot. This pack really nothing for us too much. Fresh Face, Piston Fist. We don't have a Piston Fist on our board, so I think we're just going to grab Freshy. Beam Splitter Mage, also great. I like all of those cards quite a bit. Again, nothing really good for us outside of the Sunhome Stalwart, so we'll take the good card. Another pretty easy pick in Rock Charger. We just need we need some more evasive picks like the Rock Charger, things along those lines. Nothing, Stone Cold, nothing here for us. We won't play any of these cards, unfortunately. There's a, oh, okay, good. Speaking of evasive threats, a very nice Sky Knight Legionnaire over there for us. Costa Marshall, totally reasonable 1-drop. Sky Knight Legionnaire is an awesome pickup this late. I'm actually kind of blown away that that's in there. I don't think any of this stuff's going to make our deck. Pack Beast, I'm not really a big fan of. Excuse me. 10th District, number 2. Just taking jank. A lot of Golgari stuff going very late. Like, this is all 3 of these cards, in my opinion, are pretty playable. This one a little less so, but you can definitely get away with one when you're just drafting in this format because it's not no sideboards. So, pretty reasonable explanation. Not just want to be stone cold to an evasive threat. Just gonna cut off the 2 a little bit. Kind of see, probably the 3 as well. I don't want to go nuts. Don't think either of these are playable very much. Excuse me. Like I said, everything's goo, so I might end up, depending on this, putting some music under it. So if you're hearing music, I did make that decision. If not, you're wishing I did, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments, and I can definitely do that in future videos. Fire Urchin can come out, Electrostatic Field can come out for sure. Those are certainly Izzet cards. I mean, I have no problem with the Steamkin. I mean, that's fine. Although we could drop a card, play the split, and put something back in. There's nothing nuts to put in. I just always fear the I mean, we could put in a Cosmotronic Wave. It's not bad. I just always fear the flood in a Boros deck more than I fear the screw, because you can do a lot on 1 or 2 mana in a Boros deck. You can't do a whole heck of a lot when you're flooded and you have 1 or 2 threats. You need like 3 or 4 threats to try to take over the game and just make your opponent spend good cards on your bad cards and kind of be far enough ahead that all that works. So that's the goal with Boros, and that's where we're trying to be. That's why I said later on about the Healer's Hawks getting past. It feels a little bad, 'cause like this hand is okay, but imagine if this Direct Current were a Healer's Hawk, we'd go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and then have a backup burn spell. This hand would be absurd. Right now, it's just okay. We can't cast our Direct Current, but I'm not too worried about that. We have Integrity to punch through. We have Sworn Companions in the 10th District Guard. It's not a whole heck of a lot, but we need to cobble together something, but we can get there with this. It's a strong enough base for something. So we'll play Plains and ship it. See if our opponent, well, A gives us the hello. Looks like they were on a tough keep. No hello from the opponent. A little for sad making, to be sure. We'll see how opponent plays. The second one might just be a dead weight on our 10th District Guard. You never know. I would like to establish the Bodyguard if I could. I have no problem playing out the Sworn Companions. Opponent appears to be on the Golgari deck, so let's go ahead and attack. And we'll play Wojek. Get down something beefy. It pumps our 10th District Guard. It makes blocks a little bit trickier for the opponent. As I said, we have a combat trick in our hand if we need it. If we don't draw a land and we need to use it, we can still follow up with a Locksmith, so we're still adding to the board, and that's really, really important in these decks. Opponent appears to be 3-color. Pretty cool. I've kind of gotten away from building 3-color in this format. I started off a little bit heavier on it than I end up playing usually now. I usually do 2 colors plus a splash. Whoa, the Trooper. Erstwhile Trooper. I haven't seen somebody cast one of these in a minute. Erstwhile Trooper, huh? Whoa, whoa. That's the Trooper, if you're not an Iron Maiden fan. Just throwing that out there for you. I'm going to attack with everything, so as I alluded to, I have the combat trick. I'm going to get that Mentor. If they throw an erstwhile plus discard a creature and I just run them over with an integrity, it's fine with me. I'm not going to gripe about that. They may feel the need to try to do that. They may just take the hit here for 6 and hope to build something up on the next turn. Like, they're definitely giving a consideration. Like, to me, the Erstwhile Trooper isn't that great because you're discarding a creature card. So you're going to want to play. I mean, I understand Golgari wants to put cards in the yard, but to me, the Golgari's at its best when it's using its ETB effects, like Burglar Rat and Generous Stray, things like that, and then you're getting value off of them later on with sacrifice effects. I kind of screwed the pooch a little bit there. They did it anyway, but I kind of got lucky. I made a little bit of a boo-boo there, and I should have waited and let that go to damage before I ended up doing something, but lucked out anyway. Opponent still went for Erstwhile Trooper. I'm pretty sure I did that in the wrong order because I was talking about how I like to build my Golgari decks. Not like they got rid of Abardas and Bats. Like, that's a good card. Not particularly insane in this matchup, but it's a good card. That's one less spell I have to worry about them casting over the course of this game. Which is pretty nuts, you know? I'm just going to go ahead and remove that creature here. Because I have the opportunity to Mentor swing for 9 here. Like, this is just a pretty absurd beatdown. Our opponent looks like they're stuck on land a little bit. We did just miss our land drop. But now they have to present quite a board to deal with this. Plus, they have to get around a Direct Current, which we can play. Not a good place for them to end up, unfortunately. But this is what you want. This is what you want these decks to do. And yeah, they play Plague Crafter and then have to pass turn and take 6 lethal damage on the board. This is kind of what you want your Boros decks to be doing. You just want beatdowns, beatdowns, beatdowns. Hopefully you play better than I just did. But it's important if you don't, at least take a note and don't make that mistake again. I'm hoping I don't make that. The real problem is if I make that mistake again during this video, right? Because I didn't learn from that mistake. You can make mistakes. It's how you get good. We go first. Ornery Goblin, Direct Current, Cosmotronic Wave. There's only one threat in this hand, and 4 lands is really heavy, but I think we have to keep it. A mulligan could look better, but a mulligan could look worse. Shuko. Chucho Shuko is our opponent. It's an odd one, but, you know, let's hope we have a good game here. Win or lose, as long as we have a good game. Oh, cool, there's, like, purple that comes out now when you tag the Scorpion. Portcullis Vine. I like Portcullis Vine. I don't think enough people play Portcullis Vine. Because it's not going to stonewall our Ornery Goblin, but it stonewalls a heck of a lot of 2-drops in this format. Also, note we've drawn a land. Any land we draw is pretty horrendous. That can almost be like the equivalent of a mulligan. Because we just don't need them. Luckily, we have this Direct Current to use that land in a little bit of a different way. So I'm happy for that. But I don't like the fact I'm likely going to have to Direct Current their 2-drop. If they have one. If they don't have one, I might be able to get lucky and just get in a swing with the Goblin. Okay, looks like I got a little lucky. Ornery Goblin again, one of the few 2s that can actually compete with Portcullis Vine. They may just block, draw a card. I wouldn't begrudge them that. Certainly a tactic I would take in Golgari. Also, Golgari twice? So that might be what they're going for. This is a good way to get your undergrowth up. Cards like Portcullis Vine are great for that. It replaced itself. It prevented 3 damage. It just went a much longer distance than our opponent's Erstwhile Trooper discard did. It's a much more interesting, a much more reasonable way to do it. Like these are the heavy hitting Golgari cards. So it's like, I'll direct current this out of the way because I need to get damage in. And Cosmotronic, now's not the time for Cosmotronic Wave. But, like I'm getting their undergrowth up, right? Like, they don't care. But these are things we have to do, unfortunately. But Generous Strays plus Severed Strands and Burglar Rats and all that are ways you definitely want to go about, I think, playing the game Golgari-wise. District Guide, another great card. Definitely like that. I think we're, again, prized into keeping the board as clear as we can to try to charge in. I'd prefer something else that could come down, that could attack, but you never know. Our opponent's going to get to the point where they're going to either overwhelm us with little creatures or they're going to start casting big enough threats we can't do anything about it. But that's where cards like Cosmotronic Wave are really going to be helpful, and I'm low to go too crazy on that. Like, if we draw a land, I would certainly direct current. If we don't draw a land, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. Okay, so yeah, we're 100% on direct currenting. I just don't want to lose my Cosmotronic or my Integrity Intervention to a Burglar Rat. But again, opponent getting all these ETBs. Like, that's what you really want to draw. Like, obviously the best draw for us there would have been maybe like a Hazda Marshal, something I could have cast after that direct current. But I will not play a land there because I just don't need it. My biggest drop is in my hand. My two biggest drops are in my hand. So, we're in okay shape there. See, like, these are the big creatures. These are these Rosemane Centaurs and the like are what's going to make it really hard for us to win. And, like, the fact we can't play a backup threat, it's like, so do I go for an attack, let them block, and then intervention them? Do I go for a Cosmotronic Wave, get them to 8, hope to be able to close out the last couple points of damage here? I think I'm just going to Cosmotronic and attack while things are simple. I need to figure out how I can get these last few points of damage in, is really where I'm at. Like, I'm hoping to use this on their head. I need to figure out where these last 5 points of damage are coming in. I can get 2 in if they don't have a creature here, but the odds on that are very low. So, I just don't know what I'm going to do here. Sorry about the spacebar hit. It was just faster while I was getting a drink. Plague Crafter. Obviously, we'll take down Locksmith's a little worse. See, like, in a normal world, that would be a good trade for us because they traded a 3-drop for a 2-drop. That's great. But we need to come up with a way to deal with some of the threats our opponent's putting forth. Now I'll play the land because if they do play a Burglar Rat, I can shoot something in response. But the nice thing about Freshy is he can get in against this board because of Integrity Intervention. If they play a Burglar Rat or similar effect, I have to just use the intervention. Then Freshy loses some of his potency. Looks like they may be targeting. Wow, Deadly Visit. Yeah, that resolves. And they put a Plains into the yard, so got a little bit of value out of the sort there. Turn the corner here, taking the beatdown approach. I like it. Okay, it's a lot of land. And again, I alluded to that when we were deck building, right? We used a land here. So that's 7, 8 land here we've drawn of 16. It's not great. Like, Legion Warboss here would have been a fantastic draw, right? Like, 'cause we could have came in with Ornery Goblin and the Goblin token. Rosemane could have blocked Ornery. We could have pumped it, perhaps. If not, they would have taken one off the Goblin token, and then maybe we just let them hold at 7. We try to figure out exactly how we poise ourselves for some more damage. I mean, Skynet Legionnaire can get us the last couple points of damage we need. Right now, it's kind of staying alive, unfortunately. And you see they're taking a... Nope, okay, I was going to say, it seems like they've pivoted a little bit and took a little bit more of a conservative line. Oh. No blocks. I'll try to suss out like a Might of the Masses or something. Or maybe like a Crowd Tactics or Pack Tact, whatever that card's called. Crowd Pack Tactic thing. See, there's a Might of the Masses. So we're going to go ahead and try to shoot this thing. Fizzle that. Try to get in a position maybe where we can get back into this game. But I don't know if we can, to be honest. We need a high impact card here. Yeah, they were going for the kill straight up. That's going to shoot us for 5 here. Yeah, definitely not off those lands. So good game. If opponent's casting Lotlith Goliath or Lolith Goliath or whatever the heck that card's called, we are not doing good with our Boros deck. But we drew over half of our lands in very few cards. That's the scary thing. And again, when we were in deck building, I alluded to the fact that I am way more afraid of the Flood than I am the Screw. The Screw, I'm going to be able to play cards. Like, my curve's very low. I'm going to be able to play cards every turn. That's not a problem. What is a problem is when I flood out and I can't and I'm just drawing land when I need to draw a real card and I'm just drawing land. Like this hand, right? Looks a little dicey. I'm not in love with it. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't be like, yes, this is great. This is a horrible hand because all my drops are nothings. They're all combat tricks. Like, if we can get to the Legion Warboss, we're in good shape. But I'd much rather keep a hand like this than our last hand, where it's 4 mountains, and anytime we draw a land, it's just basically like we mulliganed. And we drew many land. So we could have mulliganed down to 4 approximately, and may have done just as well with that. So you never know how things are going to go. We are long for hellos, though, man. This is rough out here for a hello. A lot of mean-spirited folks here tonight on Arena. God, can't even get a hello. But we'll try. We'll see what we can do. Any land plays here. Yep, that's what we needed. So we're going to play out... Alright, so the Warboss to me feels pretty good against a blank board. I mean, they may have a removal spell for him here, but that's okay. The token is going to go the distance, and that's often a very good start to gauging whether or not you want to Legion Warboss, is if the token's going to do any damage. The fact the token would have just traded is pretty crazy. Opponent appears to be on 3 to 4 colors easily. Opponent also willing to trade off quite a bit. So I think I'm just gonna... So I have a couple options, right? I think probably the best option is Sworn Companions post-combat. Leave up 1 for Crater Maker. We have a Take Heart for that, so no problem there. I'm not too concerned there. So that was another reason why the Sworn Companions is a really healthy play. If we had Maniacal Rage there, we would not have lost... Well, we probably wouldn't have put it on the Warboss. We would put it on a token. So we would have lost our Warboss. No, we wouldn't. No, we would have held up a white, but we wouldn't have had a good follow-up. Basically, they have a 5/5 Rampaging Monument that can't do anything, so... Not too concerned about that. They need Ritual of Soot, Cosmotronic Wave. Centaur Peacemaker gains them a little bit of life. They still have a monument they can't block. So they're up to 5. They need another follow-up here. I just don't see it. Prey Upon? Okay. That was a ballsy move with the Prey Upon not using the monument, which I don't fully understand. Yeah, it is a good game. That was definitely a big misstep by our opponent there. If they had used the monument to fight, they could have kept the Centaur around for a block, and they wouldn't have died. Well, that's not necessarily true, because they would have blocked the Crater Maker and then just taken the rest. And we had this. I mean, we had them dead to rights, but that's why I like Maniacal Rage in this format. Lest we not forget, it can target your opponent's stuff just to make it unblockable. Just make sure it's a race you can win. Flinthoof, I know you're poor. Excuse me. Ooey. 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 I think we have to mulligan this one. It's awful full color. Ooey. Ooey. I'm going to keep it because of the mulligan. And just hope that there's a mountain on top. If not, we lose this one pretty badly. We have 8 shots at a mountain, so I'm not too concerned here. But, oh yeah, now you show up. There you are, Peter. You joke. Mountain's still a good draw next turn. Like, Mountain just fine this coming turn here. Okay, fantastic. Alright, that's a start. That is a start. Okay, nothing from our opponents, a little bizarre. And play our Banneret. With the demotion in hand and it seems our opponent's desire to swing their Boros Challenger, this might be pretty good. I can't imagine they attack here, do they? I mean, I'd love for them to attack there. Huh. We can demote something, like the Boros Challenger, and then attack with this, the Marshal, and the Banneret. Leave up pumps for the Banneret if they block with the Hammer Dropper. I think that deals the most damage, so I'm kind of for that. Yes, it's got to be demotion there because of the 3-butt. We'll pump here. We'll go for an attack with everything. Mentor the Hazda Marshal. That way, if they want to block with the Hammer Dropper, they have to trade. And we leave a 1/1 soldier with lifelink back to deal with whatever they have coming up. We have a Sure Strike. We have a Legion War Boss. If we draw a Mountain, we can do both of those things. It puts us pretty close to winning this game. So we'll see what opponent can do here. Wow. Went for the double attack. Don't mind taking the hit here. It gives me one more attacker coming in. Garrison Sergeant with the double strike. So 5. We'll see what they do. I'll do the math after they declare their block. I assume it's going to be... The Hazda Marshal is the most dangerous because it can just... Okay, that's game because that should be 8 damage. Yep. Okay, got him for Xaxes. A little slower out of the gate than we were with their slightly bigger Boros. Or as Dan would say, big booty Boros. Okay. And we keep on trucking. Didn't even have to cast our Legion War Boss that game. That was a close one, though. And that's why I think the 2 drops, that's why you saw my curve when we were deck building, was like a couple like more than usual amount of 1 drops for limited, let's be honest. A bunch of 2 drops, some 3 drops, and a 4 drop, 2 4 drops. If we don't cast the Integrity Intervention as a 1. Because you just need to get to the board first. There's 100% a mulligan, by the way. Oof. I'm going to mulligan. That's like the best hand we saw, bar none. I don't think 10th District's good enough, and with already 2 1-drops in hand, I think it's worth not keeping it. Okay, we're in the mirror. Here we are, looking at the man in the mirror. I mean, obviously, Mountain would do us the best solid. Any land, a land would be the best thing. I mean, just no full stop would be the best thing. Nope. Excuse me. I don't see a need to attack here into a potential combat trick. Like, I just don't want to waste it. Like, I don't want to waste a threat for a sure strike. I'm just so low. I'm so low on resources because of the mulligans that a 1-for-1 trade's really bad for me. I need to get max value out of my stuff. Luminous Bonds. Okay, that's fine. Rock Charger's pretty bad. No attacks. But we just need a land at this point. I mean, the longer it goes, the worse Legion War Boss is going to be. Rebel Belt Boar, not that big of a deal. Seems like opponent's hand was kind of soft. They still can't attack in because of Ornery Goblin being able to block the Hazda Marshal and kill it before damage is dealt. Ornery Goblin's got the firstest strike. He's got firstest strike. I think opponent just drew that because it seems weird they would have played the boar. I'm going to obviously try to take heart here. Not much we can do here, unfortunately. But again, if we draw land, we get back into this game pretty quickly. Like, Rock Charger matches up pretty easily against their Sky Knight Legionnaire. Naked Garrison Sergeant. Yeah, not looking so great. I don't mind throwing this out here. If they want to block with the Garrison Sergeant, that's totally cool with me. But it's just the odds of us turning this game around are getting lower and lower, obviously, each turn that passes. Rebel Belt Boar, probably go on the Sky Knight for just straight 4 damage. They may come in with all 3 and throw their Hazda Marshal away for a token. That's what it looks like they're going to do. Plus they get in 7 damage this way, which is not insignificant at all. Looks like they may have a Pumpy, as we suspected way earlier in the game. So they did have the pump there, so they made an even easier attack for themselves, but that soaks up a pump. I don't know if I would have went for the pump there or just let my creature die. I don't even know if we can win here. I mean, I'll give it a go, but I just don't know if we even have the gas to get back into this. If we drew a land there, I would say maybe. We need to. The key is the Sky Knight Legionnaire is just wrecking us, right? Intrusive Pack Beast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is certainly game. I'm not the biggest fan of Pack Beast, but when your curve looks, like our... Well, I mean, we are on 2 lands. There's just little we can do there. Do I think we could have put up a good fight? Yeah, absolutely, but we did mull to 5. And we died with spells in our hand, as sometimes you do with Mana Screw, but had we drawn that 3rd land, man, that would have been a very different game. That would have actually probably been a very long game, because it would have been a very close back and forth. The biggest issue we're having right now is colors. Like, not being able to get on color. We can at least cast a spell out of this hand. Yep, that is 100% what I want. It's interesting when you play Guilds Draft how it seems like people play in pockets. It seems like you play people, like we played Boros and we've played Golgari. What? Like, Boros and Golgari? Like, two of the more medium to low end guilds. You're also just like 0-on-0 hellos. This is really depressing. Sky Knight's pretty sick. I will 100% block their Steamkin if they attack with it. Yeah, see, they value that a little higher than just trading for a 10th District Guard. They may be able to cast a spell and attack us with the Steamkin here. If they do... This is 3 damage? Okay, that's going to be a problem. No blocks. I'll take 7 here. Alright, we're going to try to blow up the runaway Steamkin. This could definitely, like, kind of screw us if they have a Sure Strike. So, we're going to hope. Or take Heart. Anything like that. Okay. Could be a Righteous Blow here. Okay, opponent just Stone Cold nothing. Now remember, it's important to note that Sky Knight Legionnaire cannot attack, or cannot block. Opponent's still proving they are the bigs. Okay, so we need to play this. And there's no point in demoting anything. So this demotion's like okay. There's some games where it's just a stone cold do nothing. We'll see what their follow-up is. Dark. Oh my god. Sometimes, man, opponents just got it. Had some pretty bad luck that draft, I must say. But, you know, we did pretty well with it. It's about where I figure Boros ends, about 4 to 5 wins most of the time. So we'll open up a pack because we played a draft, which is pretty funny. So hopefully, you know, you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think could have been a little different. Definitely a misplay I saw earlier, as I pointed out, with the Trooper in the first game. But overall, I think it was fine. I don't think there was much else we could have done. I think I was pretty definitive about why I kept the hands I kept and didn't keep the hands I didn't keep. So let me know what you think. If you're good, if you're having a lot of good luck with Boros, it's been okay for me. I'd probably put it at like, I don't know what my top guild is. Probably still Dimir. That's my play style. So I'd probably say Dimir's up there for me. Then maybe somewhere in somewhere in Is It land probably for number 2, and then Boros, and then probably maybe Selesnya, maybe somewhere between Selesnya and Boros is number 3. They're pretty interchangeable, and Golgari is still my least favorite, but I do think that there's a much better version of that deck out there, as we saw in my previous draft video. So check that one out if you have not. And other than that, everybody, cast more spells and hopefully don't die to direct currents on turn 4 or 5. Bye.